we've seen really a two-pronged attack from the government. In one part, they're going to have more snap inspections in schools. But in another part, David Cameron's trying to say, well, what we need to do is promote British values. Now, the problem for the Prime Minister, this is something he's been trying to deal with all week, is to find something that is very tangible and something that's very recognisable to all of Britain. And that's why he's written in the Mail on Sunday today, and he's been talking about a kind of belief in freedom, also accepting social and personal responsibility and respecting the rule of law. Sarah Jane. And he went on in that article to say that in recent years we've been in danger of sending out a worrying message that if we don't believe in democracy, that's fine. This has allowed extremism of both the violent and non-violent kind to flourish. I believe we need to be far more muscular in promoting British values and the institutions that they uphold. And now he goes on to talk about the Union flag, football, fish and chips. And I think, in a sense, that's the problem, is that when you try to get something that is British, it's not terribly definable. Or if it is definable, it may not apply to everyone. And that is a problem that not just David Cameron's had in this subject, but many, many other people. Meanwhile, it must be said that Sir Michael Wiltshire, who's the head of Ofsted, has agreed to meet with some of the parents from those 21 schools that were inspected, Sarah Jane. He's doing that because we know he's met with some of the Birmingham MPs who feel that, along with the parents, that some of these schools have been picked upon unfairly and that the investigations have also been unfair. And of course, all this has raised debates about faith and schools, and particularly faith schools. And we know that Tristram Hunt, the Shadow Education Secretary, has said that there needs to be a cross-party debate now about faith schools. And there is a poll in the Observer today that suggests some 58% of people, the majority of people, think that faith schools should have the funding cut or should be abolished altogether. So this is a debate that will continue, but it must be remembered, Sarah Jane, that actually that all these schools, all those 21 schools in Birmingham, were not faith schools at all. In fact, they were all state schools. And so that's why the questions are still for Ofsted and indeed for the Prime Minister trying to define what he thinks British values are and how they should be promoted in all schools.